What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the ZR-7S project series. As suggested by the title probably, I am not going to be replacing the gas tank like I said in the previous video, but I am going to be doing some body work. So what I'm going to be replacing is the side panel right there. The first noticeable thing is that they're actually different colors. This one is a cool gray, and this one is just straight up black. This is the one that was on the bike when I bought it. It was painted by the previous owner. And this one was missing when I bought the bike, so I bought one on eBay for $12 and then normally run for around $40 or $50. And that was because this piece was actually on its last limb when I got it in the mail, and when I was installing it, it actually broke in half. So I'm going to fix this today and also paint them both so they're the same color. Alright, so I got the panel on the workbench and ready to be fixed. If you look closely, you can see a little bit of brown residue. That's actually epoxy from where I tried fixing this previously off camera and it didn't work too well. I tried that a while back. So what I'm going to be doing now is actually soldering it together. If you saw my Mark 46 Ironman build, the second and last video in this series, I did this on some of the 3D printed parts to bond them together, and I'll be doing the exact same process for this. But if you do notice, when the seams are lined up, it is bending up a little bit. So I have to also use a heat gun to bend it back down into shape. So I'm going to start off by getting rid of the leftover epoxy that's on the parts, and then after that I'll go ahead and solder it together.
Shut down.
Okay, and now it is bonded together. It is one uniform piece of plastic, at least on this surface. But if you look from the side, you can still see the gap and the crack where it needs to be bent down. So I'm going to use the heat gun, bend it into shape, and then from there I'm going to solder the whole thing together on the side gaps. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to go ahead and solder the front section because I actually just broke off the panel and I just put it back on the back side. So now I'm going to solder the front and hopefully it'll be more secure.
Santa's getting funky.
Shut down.
Alright, and the body work is done. Everything's handed back and it looks pretty great. You can't see the seams at all, so that's really awesome. There is a bit of cracks still left in the recession, but because a washer is going to be there, I'm not too worried about it. So now I'm going to sand this back, take off the other panel and sand that one back too, then prime and paint, then that'll be it. Okay, the panels are scuffed up and ready to be primed and painted. And this is actually the second time I'm saying this, not because I did a bad take previously, but because yesterday I did the paint job and I used two different kinds of paints and they didn't react well together. And the outer layer started doing like a spider web crack thing. So I let it dry overnight and this morning I sanded it all back. So now I'm going to prime and paint for hopefully the last time. So let's do it. Alright, check it out guys. I finally have two panels that are both fully intact and the same color. The paint came out really well. So now all I gotta do is put it on the bike. The panels are back in the bike and they're looking really great. You can't even tell that this was actually fractured in half just a few days ago. So it looks good, besides the fact that there's torn upholstery, a dent in the gas tank, and a mismatched body panel on the front. The bike's looking pretty good. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. If you disliked it, go ahead and give it a dislike. But also be sure to leave a comment. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what I can improve upon. But for videos to look forward to in the future are the gas tank video. I've got a new tank over there. I've had it for a few months now. I just need to replace all the internal components from this one, put it into that one, and that'll take maybe a day or two. Also, I have to finish the belly pan. I created the original bug. I made the mold. Now I just need to cast a copy. And so I'm going to do that soon and hopefully get those videos out to you guys. So stay tuned.